On a quiet evening, when warm yellow light falls gently over the pages of old books, we often believe that the world around us has already been fully understood. And yet, just over a century ago, hidden beneath the most familiar forms of matter, there existed a colossal secret, one that no one could see. A secret powerful enough to illuminate entire cities, or erase them in an instant. In 1896, in Paris, physicist Henri Becquerel accidentally discovered that uranium could leave traces on photographic plates without any exposure to light. There was no explosion, no flash, only faint, mysterious marks that defied explanation. That seemingly small discovery quietly opened the door to a new era, the age of nuclear energy. In the years that followed, Pierre and Marie Curie continued the journey, identifying natural radiation emitted by other elements. At the time, atoms were believed to be indivisible, the ultimate building blocks of matter. Science soon proved otherwise. Deep within every atom lay an immense reservoir of energy, waiting to be released. What began in silent laboratories soon escaped the boundaries of pure science. As World War I erupted, nuclear energy was no longer just an academic curiosity, it became the center of a race for survival among global powers. Scientists, secret letters, and unprecedented research projects emerged, reshaping history in ways humanity had never experienced before. This was the beginning of a deeply contradictory journey. A journey in which the same source of energy could bring light to millions of homes, yet also cast a shadow of fear over the entire world. From that moment of accidental discovery, the story of nuclear energy became one of the most defining chapters of modern human history. As scientists gradually unraveled the structure of the atom, electrons orbiting a nucleus of protons and neutrons, they realized that energy was not found on the surface of matter, but hidden deep within its core. In 1938, the discovery of nuclear fission completely transformed humanity's understanding of energy. When a uranium atom is struck by a neutron, it can split into smaller parts, releasing enormous amounts of energy along with additional neutrons. These newly released neutrons then collide with other atoms, creating a chain reaction. If controlled, this process could provide a nearly limitless source of power. However, history rarely unfolds under ideal conditions. World War I turned scientific potential into strategic weaponry. The United States, joined by many European scientists fleeing war, secretly launched the Manhattan Project. For the first time in history, scientific talent, industrial capacity, and financial resources were united under a single goal: unlocking the full power of nuclear energy. The result was the creation of weapons unlike anything the world had ever seen. Nuclear tests demonstrated that the energy stored within atoms far exceeded that of any conventional weapon. When the war ended, humanity entered a new era, one defined by the constant presence of nuclear fear. The Cold War transformed nuclear energy into a symbol of national power. Nations did not merely stockpile bombs. They developed intercontinental missiles and nuclear submarines. Yet alongside this arms race, another path emerged: the peaceful use of nuclear power. The first nuclear power plants were built, using controlled fission reactions to generate heat, spin turbines, and produce electricity. During global energy crises, nuclear power became an attractive solution due to its reliability and extremely low carbon emissions. Beyond electricity, nuclear technology found its way into medicine, agriculture, and scientific research. Medical imaging, cancer treatment, and food preservation all benefited from nuclear advancements. Still, the cost was significant: radioactive waste lasting hundreds of thousands of years, and nuclear accidents that left long-lasting scars on both humanity and the environment. The history of nuclear energy is not a story painted in black and white. It is a complex portrait of human intelligence intertwined with ethical boundaries that we continue to struggle to define. Nuclear disasters have repeatedly reminded humanity that the more powerful a technology becomes, the greater the responsibility it demands. A single mistake can create consequences that echo across generations. After every catastrophe, the world is forced to pause, reflect, and reconsider the path it is taking. Today, as climate change emerges as a global threat, nuclear energy is once again presented as a solution for reducing carbon emissions. But this time, the question is not merely can we do it, it is are we wise enough to do it safely? The future of nuclear energy depends on how humanity balances progress with responsibility, innovation with caution. This story is not over. It continues to be written not only by scientists or policymakers, but by all of us who will live with the consequences of today's decisions.